Hello. I wanted to give a quick update on the channel because I've decided to change things up a little bit and it's going to change the future content that we get. Pathfinder is a very fun game and I'm really enjoying it, and because of that, obviously, the Abomination Vault's Campaign Diaries are going to continue on, and I will be finishing Fall of Plaguestone. I promise I will get round to it. We wrapped up that adventure a long time ago. I'm just very bad at getting those videos out. I will improve, I promise. However, the plan was originally to move that group onto 7 Dooms for Sandpoint, which is another Pathfinder adventure path. But I've been doing some thinking recently, and I feel like I have some gaps in my GMing. I typically run very big campaigns that last years and stick to a very rulesy, crunchy system, and I think I fall back on that system a lot. I fall back on the rules and the mechanics to make up for flaws in my GMing, especially on the role-playing side. And when I set up this channel, initially it was a D&D 5th edition channel, and then I moved it into Pathfinder, and I don't want to lock myself into anything specific. Because of that, I'm going to be changing things a little bit in terms of the future of the content on the channel. We will always have one large-scale campaign, and I think that will usually be Pathfinder 2nd edition, and it'll usually be one of their adventure paths. We're going to wrap up Abomination Vaults, and then we will decide on a new one, and I think that is likely to still be Pathfinder. However, as for smaller secondary adventures like Fall of Plaguestone, like Crown of the Cobble King was supposed to be, there are so many really cool tabletop RPGs out there, and I want to play them. I want to run them. So instead of having a big campaign and then some smaller Pathfinder adventures, we're going to be doing our large campaign that lasts multiple years, and then I'm going to be running other systems for smaller adventures. These other adventures could be as short as 1 or 2 sessions, and I think they will never run more than 10. If it's a system that does have short adventures, then I will probably try and run some of them. If it's a system that doesn't and it's just a rule set, then you'll get to experience some of my homebrewing. I'll create custom stories for them and see how that goes. Essentially, I just want to experience more of the tabletop RPG offerings, and I want this channel to be where I create campaign diaries for all kinds of systems, not just Pathfinder, not just 5th edition as it was. These rule sets are going to vary a lot. Some of them will still be crunchy tactical combat, and some of them will be more roleplay focused, some of them will be exploration focused. As it stands right now, I have a few ideas on systems that I want to run. I obviously want to try Draw Steel. Matt Covell is one of my absolute inspirations for GMing. You can probably tell by the fact that I do campaign diaries, as he used to do, so it's a no-brainer that I want to try Draw Steel. Another one I want to try is the Wild Sea. I want to see if I can create something that makes exploration fun, and that seems like a really good system for that. I want to try Lancer because I really like mechs, and I think that'll be super cool. I've gotten into building Gundams recently, and it's getting very hard to not run a Gundam story. Shiver is something that I've ran for community one-shots in the past, and it's designed for one-shots, but I want to see if I can force that into a story that lasts a few sessions. So that is a horror system, and that one is very rules light. I've written an adventure in the past for Cyberpunk Red that I never ran, and I'm very happy with that story and would like to run it at some point. And I've just learned about the system called Heart, which reminds me a lot of the video game Remnant, in terms of its almost randomized locations, and the way I could run that system kind of makes me really want to run like a Remnant style game. And of course, there are tons more RPG systems that I'm going to learn about and going to want to run at some point. So hopefully you guys are willing to stick around to watch these various systems and their campaign diaries, and it'll allow me to talk more about rules and stuff, which is something I don't typically do. They will not be super consistent. I will have to learn complete new systems, create adventures. They're not going to be something that happens week to week. I might need months of time between adventures. So the content will not be as regular, but that's why we have the main campaign. And of course, the Pathfinder 2e tournament won't be going anywhere. I'm going to have our semi-finalists do their next runs. That tournament is going to continue. We're going to find our winner, and I will do more of them in the future because it's a very fun type of content to make. But that's essentially it. I just wanted to let you know that the channel will not be focusing solely on Pathfinder 2e anymore, because it's not really who I am to tunnel myself into one specific thing. I have lots of ideas. I'm a very, you could say, easy to please. I prefer to think of I like to like things. So when I hear about all these new systems, I really want to run them. I want to enjoy things, and when I find these new things, I get really excited, and I just want to be able to play these games. That's kind of it for this update. I hope that you are okay with that, and I hope you welcome in any new community members that we get from these other systems and make them feel welcome. You can find links to my usual stuff in the description, but for now, I shall love you and leave you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.